How did you find out about Cyberbacker?
Yeah, so one of the top agents out of my office, they were doing kind of like a webinar, the pros and cons versus an in-person assistant versus a digital assistant. So I jumped in on that call. I know the agent very well. She's super helpful and very successful. So I was okay. What is she doing differently that I'm not doing? And when I realized, how she's running her business, I explored Cyberbacker, and yeah, I was sold. That's for sure.
How was the transition for you personally? Was it a big change?
Yeah, I would say the transition was very smooth, to be honest. My previous assistant, she was getting her license, so she was actually getting into real estate. So it was kind of an exit strategy. So it was a perfect timing. She helped train Keanu, my new cyberbacker, and he really knew what he was doing. You guys provide all the training up front. He delivers every day, every time, for sure. And it could be a weekend, could be after hours. Always gets back to me, and always in a good mood. And he knows a lot of things that my previous assistant didn't know, right? With like the marketing and the MailChimp and running campaigns and yeah, just kind of keeping track of the numbers, which is super important.
I have a quick question though about that. Going through that hiring process that Cyberbacker offers, interviews on Zoom, communicating with our Cyberbacker team, of course. How did that experience go for you?
It was great. Like, they interviewed me, they found out everything about me and my business, what I'm looking for, where I'm lacking, and they kind of found out what was most important to me when I was hiring a Cyberbacker. They did all the hard work for me in advance. They kind of did all the profiling, put together a beautiful list of applicants, and then I got to go through that process, interviewing each of them, and it was good because they were all good applicants. That was the hard part. It's like, over I think it was 10 calls I did, and it was like, hey, you guys are all great.
Talk to me more about Keanu, your Cyberbacker right now. Talk to me about tasks. Talk to me about the things that he helps you with in the business.
Yeah, so Keanu, he's more of a marketing background, which was somebody I needed in the business because I don't love doing the marketing stuff, the type ups, the social media posts. It takes a lot of time out of my day, and then you have to think about it. And I'm just not I'm not a quick poster and then be on with it. So he's been great in that sense, where he takes over all the social media jobs for me. He actually thinks outside the box. He reaches out to me for new content. Hey, Chris, send me some photos of yourself. That's what your consumers are looking for. So he gets me out of my comfort zone, which is great. And he holds me accountable, which is awesome. So it's been great. So yeah, no complaints. Thinks for himself. You don't have to tell him everything to do. He's got a mind of his own, and he's creative, and he brings new ideas to me, and then yeah, if it works, we work on them together for sure.
How did it become a successful partnership between the both?
I'd say communication. Communication's super important for sure. We're always on the same page. I always let him know, call me, text me, email me anytime. We have each other on WhatsApp. So it's honestly like he's living in my hometown, right? It's like you would have no idea where he is, and nobody knows. The clients, I let them know, they're, oh really? He's in the Philippines. Oh, that's awesome, right? So it's great. He shows up like he's in person. So it's great.
What's been the biggest impact of working with Keanu, your Cyberbacker, so far?
I'd say the biggest impact would be my social media presence. Yeah, it's definitely he's kickstarted it. Keeping track of the numbers through MailChimp and different campaigns, Facebook ads, Google ads. Those were the things that I was missing in my business. I work a lot by referral. I have a lot of connections, so I'm lucky in that sense. But to grow, you have to market. You have to change the way you're doing it. You can't keep doing the same thing forever. That's for sure.
Do you have any special messages or a quick shout out you'd like to give out to your rockstar Cyberbacker?
Keanu, you're the best. You're the best Cyberbacker out there. That's for sure.